I've seen the future of your life and I know exactly what's coming. Trust me when I say the breakthrough you've been waiting for is finally here, about to completely transform everything. Don't skip this. Your destiny depends on it. The time has been picked. Not by chance or accident. And tonight the air around you has a strange feeling that you can't explain. You can feel it even if you can't explain what it is. Nothing is moving in your space right now. It's quiet and expectant like the moment before dawn breaks over the darkness. That's not something you made up. These are signs that I'm getting close. You've been on my mind. You have taken every step and walked every road when the weight was too much to bear. Every night you went to bed without knowing what to do. You got up the next morning to try again. I've seen everything. I have seen every single thing that has happened. Not a single prayer has been quiet before it got to me. Many people don't know how much you've carried. You've been through more than you've ever said out loud. I'm here to tell you tonight that heaven has not been quiet. Heaven has been busy. This moment is holy, the one you're in now. The one where these words make you feel something. I didn't just bring you here for no reason. I don't move around for no reason. The reason you were drawn to this hour is that it's yours. It was written before you even breathed. It was written in my language. Before it was written in any other language for men. And I say it over you now with power and love. What is coming into your life is not a small thing. Do not think that nothing is happening just because it is quiet right now. When I'm alone, I do the strongest things. I laid the groundwork for the earth when it was still. I weave life together in the places you can't see now. I'm putting together what's yours in the unseen that lies behind everything you can see and touch. You said a prayer. I know what to say. I know the ones you whispered with trust. I also know the ones you barely got out because grief was making it hard for you to breathe. I remember the prayers you said when no one else was awake in the middle of the night. I remember the ones you said over and over again for years. The same wish, the same hope, the same longing. It is clear that they are faithful. It's written down. That's why tonight is so important. There's no chance in this. People who show up at this time aren't just lucky to be here. They are the ones I've called. Their times of waiting have finally come to an end. You are one of them. Not because you have done nothing wrong or are perfect, but because I am a God who keeps his word and I promise to take care of you. Before you were old enough to ask for it, feel the air around you. There is now a shift in something holy. Your home's walls have seen your prayers rise from your mouth and go up to heaven. And tonight those prayers are being answered in full, not slowly fully, not just partly. All of me goes into what I do. What I restore with more than what was lost. That's just how I am. That is the signature of my love. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission grows into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. But more than your support, we want your presence. When you head to our community through the link in the description or the pinned comment, you aren't just visiting a site. You are entering a community of like-minded believers. This is a sanctuary where you can post your prayer requests. Whether you are joining one of our membership tiers for deeper study, sowing, a seed of faith, or simply joining our daily morning prayers, you are helping us. Lift up the burdens of others and engage in daily discussions with a family that speaks the language of faith. Build a global altar of worship. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through a community that stands together. Each gift you give acts as living water for those in our community seeking healing and hope. Give and it will be given to you is the promise that sustains our shared mission. I invite you now to step out of the shadows and into this circle of prayer. Come with purpose, join the conversation and plant your seed in fertile ground. Let's open the heavens together. Release your seed today. Join our community and see what God brings back into your life. In the past few days, you may have felt off like something was about to change. A line that couldn't be seen was about to be crossed. That's because it is. It wasn't all in your head. I was getting your spirit ready for what was coming. Before I pour out what I've made, I make sure the vessel is ready. I had to make you stronger in some ways. I had to make you face some truths, so you wouldn't be afraid when the blessing came. Don't ignore what you're feeling tonight, the calm that's starting to come over you, the heartwarming feeling you might have, the strange calm that doesn't seem to have a human cause. These are signs not of superstition, but of being there. My presence isn't announced by a lot of noise and show. It shows up like dawn does in peace until the darkness has no choice but to give way. And that's exactly what's going on now. Right now you are at the start of something new, the life that has felt stuck, the dreams that have been ready to happen. Getting better has seemed just out of reach. Now is the time when everything starts to move again. I have heard everything you have ever said to me alone, and my answer is no longer late. Tonight I'm moving my hand for you, and there is nothing in heaven or earth that can stop what I have ordered to happen in your life. Take a slow breath in right now. Do not hold yourself up. Start to let go of the stress you've been feeling. You don't have to bring it up at this hour. I own this hour. And mine only has room for faith and the sound of what's coming. From where I am, I can see some things that you can't see yet. I can see how things will end. I can see the whole picture. While you're still looking at pieces that are all over the place. When I look at your life tonight, I see a change, a door wide open. A season that was locked up finally gets away. There is something big and good coming your way. It's finally here after a long wait. The wait is over tonight. Listen up. What you tell me I can't do doesn't change what I've already decided. Your disappointment doesn't change my plans for you. The passing of time has not made my promises less true. They're still alive. They're moving and they are coming at this holy hour. I want to talk to you about the waiting you have known. Don't wait in a way where you wait a few weeks and then get the answer. The deep kind, the kind that lasts through all 4 seasons. The kind that makes you think someone has forgotten about you. The kind where you smile as you see other people get what you've been believing for and quietly wonder when it will be your turn. I know what you mean. I need you to understand something about it. The wait wasn't a punishment. It was never proof that I was rejected. Every day you waited, I worked on something, building up what couldn't be seen, what needed to be strong before it showed up in the scene. A tree's roots grow long before its boughs do. Root work can't be seen. But without it, nothing that goes up will stay up. Root work was being done in your life. Deep hidden important work that no one could see, and it was never thrown away. You cried, I understand. Sometimes the tears just came out of nowhere and you sat there with grief. You didn't know how to name. Early in the morning, you had to decide to keep going even though your whole body told you not to. I watched every single one of those times. I wasn't far away. I didn't turn my eyes away. At that point, I felt closer to you than the air around you. What you carried moved my heart. I also wrote down every silent act of faith you did. Being sure of something doesn't always mean having faith. Faith can look like getting back up one more time. When you pray a prayer you don't feel, that's faith. Because you have chosen to trust something other than how you feel. Holding on with bloody hands is sometimes what faith looks like. And not letting go of what I put in your heart. That kind of faith moves me the most. The kind that is quiet, persistent, and painful. This is the exact type of room you walked into. You didn't give up on me. You might have been able to. It was a good idea to leave. You did not expect the answers to come at that time. There was real pain. There was a long pause. You still stayed. You still said my name. But you still thought that what I said would happen. That's not a little thing. Those words come from a soul that has been proven. It doesn't bother me at all. In the book of Job, a man lost everything in one storm. He didn't do anything wrong. His name was respected because he was a good and honest person. Still, the darkness came and destroyed everything he had worked for. His friends told him to stop and curse me. Still, he wouldn't. He kept going. He screamed. He wouldn't give up his faith. I stepped in at the right time and gave him twice what he had lost. That's the God I am. I don't just lead my faithful people through the fire and leave them there. The fire is there for a reason. After that, the fire goes out. Your fire is going out, my dear. The last day of the season that pushed you to your limits is here. I'm not going to keep this going any longer. I kept something from you to keep you safe. But now I'm letting it go because you are ready. Waiting seemed like a waste of time because I needed time to prepare things that couldn't be rushed. You didn't have to hurry. The blessing that's coming your way. Space and time were needed to finish it. The job is now done. It's finally here. If you think this word is for you, say amen. Pay close attention now. Things that happened to you in the past, like the people you love dying, the doors that shut, and the seasons that broke your heart were not the end of your story. It was a chapter. Pages that are hard, pages that are honest, and pages that you would never have picked. That being said, they are chapters, not conclusions. The story isn't done yet. Also, this chapter is very different from the ones that came before it. I bring new things into the world. I mean everything when I say I make everything new. It was every broken spot, dry well, and dark corner of the life you thought you had lost. I remember the prayer you said when things were the worst. The one you said your prayers to alone. The one where you told me you were really tired. You asked me if I was still there. I was there. I heard it word for word. At that moment, I told them, this one is not going to be left behind. This one has held on longer than most. This one deserves an answer that matches the depth of their faith. I then started to prepare what I am about to say. Take comfort in that. Let it sink in like rain on dry ground. We haven't forgotten about you. We will never forget you. The delay was the getting ready. The deep breath before the statement was the silence. This is the declaration. The time has changed for you. What was held back is now being given out. What was shut down is now open. Now that something was broken, it is being fixed. This doesn't mean that there will be a new season now is here. Now the tide of your life has changed right now. Think about David. He was made king while he was still taking care of sheep on a hillside. After hearing that he was being called, he went back to the field. Years went by. He had to deal with giants. He lived in a cave. Someone was after him and he ran away. Still, not a single promise I made to him fell apart. Each and every word I spoke over his life came true at the right time. I am the same God. In the same way, the words I spoke over you will not fall away. Tonight I'm telling you that you've been through what you had to. The wild ends somewhere. There is a line in the desert. You've already walked to the edge of it. The promised land is not a dream that has been put off. That's what comes next. And I've already set it up, so you can come in. You can't see some things in this world of ours. It's there next to the one you walk through every day. It is the realm where my goals are carried out, where people pray, where the tasks that heaven has given are carried out. And tonight I want you to know what has been going on for you in that area. People from my group came before you. I sent servants from heaven to your path a long time before this hour. What was in the way was taken care of. They stood up to the people who were trying to stop me from opening the door. Every attack that looked like it would work against you, every setback that looked like it would last, every wall that looked like it would be impossible to get over. Behind those things, there was a battle going on. And the battle wasn't going the way you thought it would. Heaven was getting ahead. Heaven always came out on top. The enemy of your soul did some math on your life. He looked at the patterns of your pain and came to the conclusion that you were too broken to get better. He thought that if he hit you in the same spots enough times, your faith would finally give out. He timed how long you had to wait and thought that the silence would eventually make you lose faith in him. He was wrong. He didn't think you or I was strong enough because I was watching over you and never let what was sent against you be too much for you to handle. This is what I've always promised you. The test will not be too hard for the person who faces it. I set the tone. I make sure that my kids don't get too stressed out beyond what their inner strength can handle. Every time things got tough, my grace over your life got stronger too. Grace was there. Even if you didn't feel it the way you thought you would when you thought you were going to fall, it held you up. You are still there, it's not a mistake. Lots of people have been through what you're going through and not kept their faith. You did, you're here, it's still there in your heart. What I put there, that shows that my grace is working in you. You didn't do it by yourself, I kept you. I kept something in you alive that the darkness tried over and over to put out, but it never did. If this word speaks to you right now, say yes. Listen to this. The ground that was taken from you in previous seasons is being given back to you because heaven has been fighting for you. What your enemy took from you, I'm getting back. The peace that was taken is coming back. The joy that was taken away is coming back. The relationships that were broken by lies and anger are also getting better. I'm not a God who has won part of the battle and now leaves the battlefield. I work toward restoration until it's done. Not long ago, when my people were being robbed, I spoke through my servant Joel. I would bring back the years that the locusts ate, I said. Not just the present time, not just what was taken last year or last month, the whole range, the total amount of losses. The dry years, the years when there was no. Think about what that means. Harvest, everything. That is the range of what I am letting go of in your life. not a restoration in part, a full one. The messengers I sent before you have already finished the work. The way is clear. The things that were in the way of you getting what is rightfully yours have been moved. You will start to notice that things are changing in ways that don't make sense. Things will suddenly move that have been stuck for years. Even if the door was locked, it will open on its own. There will be a chance that seems to appear out of nowhere. Those are not just random events. Snorts the results of what was planned for you in the unseen are those. Don't be scared of sudden changes. Some people pray for things to change. But when they do, they feel uneasy. Don't be that person. The changes going on around you are good for you. Every change is done on purpose. Every surprise turn of events is part of what I planned. Believe in the movement. Believe in the process. Believe that God is moving things. I'm bringing back something you thought was gone for good. I'm giving you what you had given up hope for. And because that's who I am, I'm doing it with more than you asked for. It's not my job to fix prices. I give because what I hold is full and what I hold has no limits. Your measure will depend on how much faith you have and how ready your vessel is. Your ship is now ready to go. Your faith has been checked out and found to be real. The measure you're about to get isn't small. Now raise your head. Allow your spirit to stand tall. I can see why this long season has made you weak. But that pose is for the season that's coming to an end. Stand up, look forward, and let what is coming into your hands and heart. This is the one beginning. What I'm giving you can't get into a closed-off area. Open, allow what has already been sent to reach you. My servants have been stationed around your house, but it's not a trick. They're there. There is a lot of attention in heaven tonight on the place where you sleep and wake up and where you have said your prayers. It's been marked. Over the roof above you, over the threshold you walk through, and over the ground below your feet, is something that you can't see. Heaven has claimed your home as a place where gods can talk to each other. The wait is all that's left tonight. The promise is what comes in and the trade will last. Let me talk to you now about what it means to sow in faith. My biggest steps forward have always been preceded by an act of trust that made no sense to human logic. Noah made a boat for a flood that had never happened before. He put a knife to the thing he loved most out of fear. The widow in Zarephath gave a prophet her last handful of flour as she and her family were getting ready to die. What they did wasn't careless. They were holy ones. People put all of their trust in my word during those times. No matter what was going on around them, and every time I kept my word and did everything I said I would do. You have a desire in your heart to help my word do its work in the world. That desire is not a fluke, it's a calling. When you give from that place, you're not just letting go of something. It's going to be put on the altar in front of me. The altar has always been where people traded. The poor woman who gave 2 coins gave more than the rich man who gave from his extra money because she gave out of trust. That not the size is what moves heaven to faith. As this awakening grows inside you, know that helping with this mission is not a joke. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pin. Comment, whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of. It is a sign from God. Our Ko-Fi community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to save souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself. Jesus says this is not history. It is a living promise about your future. Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. My child, I want you to give some of what you have, something real, to the altar of this work. Like putting gold on the scales of this calling. Let it be a seed planted in deep water or an offering set on stone. Don't be afraid to do it. This shows that you trust me to provide and that your heart is no longer attached to not having enough. When you let go with faith, it stays in your life. It moves ahead of you into the harvest I'm getting ready for. You have needs that are too big for you to handle on your own and feel too heavy to talk about. I see what you need for your table, your home, and the people who are with you in life. There have been times when you have felt like you didn't have enough money, opportunities, or support. I can see how this has worn you down. I can tell you right now that season is over. Things that were closed are about to open up. Things that were hard to find are about to become available again. In my word, it says that I will open the windows of heaven to those who put their trust in me. That's not a figure of speech for something vague and far away. It's a clear statement of what I want to do with you. It's not like me to break promises. Every word I say has weight to it. Because of who I am, I do what I say I will do. When I say I will, I open when I say I will. The help that is coming your way won't be small either. This will be the kind that gives you peace, lets you help others, and makes you a channel of blessing for yourself. You know the name of a woman in the Bible. Her name is Ruth. It was like she left everything she knew. She went into a land she didn't know with faith and loyalty. She stole from the edges of fields that weren't hers, taking what was left over after the harvest. She didn't know for sure what would happen tomorrow. Still, I saw her. I made a rich man fall in love with her. She went from gleaning at the edge of the harvest to sitting in the middle of it by the end of the story. From nothing to lots of things, from outsider to covered and like they belong. That's what I do with people who trust me without giving me anything. Tonight, your hand might feel empty. Things you have might feel like they're being pushed to their limits. But I can take what you offer in faith and make it bigger. Also, 5 loaves and 2 fish fed a lot of people and left 12 baskets, more than they had at the start. The math that controls the natural world is not the same math that I use. You can't guess how much when what you give me will come back to you. But you'll know for sure that I was the one who moved. In my story with people, the altar has always been the place where things got better. After Abraham gave up everything at the altar, Isaac was born. The morning after he burned 1,000 sacrifices on the heights of Gibeon, Solomon got more wisdom than he could ever imagine. After the sacrifice had been wet with water, Elijah called down fire on it until all the doubts in the crowd were put to rest in one holy moment. You don't lose things on the altar. In this step, you let go of what you're holding on to too tightly so that I can give you something bigger. Now is the time for exchange. Don't stress, not a duty to people or being asked to give me something and watch what I do with it. People who give out of faith are not really giving away anything, they have plants. The things that grow from that planting also belong to them. This is how my kingdom works. It's always been that way. It's not going to change. So if your heart is moving right now, follow that nudge. I don't make up fake emergencies right now. What you're feeling is real. It's the pull of a goal meeting the sound of faith. You're not just planting a seed when you answer it either. You are moving in the same direction as my generosity. That flow doesn't have any lack. It doesn't have any limits. It only brings you the wealth that comes from a heart that is huge and a hand that is open. In my word, I said, give and it will be given to you. Pressed down, shaken together, running over, poured into your lap. That's what I promise those who give in faith. Not a small flow, not a half measure, a lot of water. This is exactly what your life is about to do. Overflow. Now, my beloved, I want to talk to you about what this miracle will look like when it happens. People sometimes think that the sky will break open, that a voice that sounds like thunder will shake the walls, or that fire will fall from the sky. Those things have happened to me in my time with people and they matter. But most of what I do comes in a different way. It comes in quietly. It starts out feeling like something normal, but all of a sudden it changes into something you can't explain. It could be a thought that points you in a direction you hadn't thought of before. A clear and stable thought that you were sure did not come from you. It could come in the form of a message from someone you haven't talked to in a while with words that open up a door you had given up on. When it comes, you might feel so at peace that the thing that has been keeping you up at night suddenly lets go. You'll know it's mine because it won't bring fear, but peace. There is peace written all over everything I bring you. If your heart is ready for what I'm letting go of tonight, say, I receive this. The miracle doesn't always make a big noise. Other times it's a door opening that had been closed for years. There are times when you feel like a weight has been lifted off your shoulders at 300 a.m. and you fall into the deepest sleep you've had in months. There are times when a stranger's kindness brings you the exact word you need at the exact moment you need it. These aren't little things. These are the marks that my hand left on the surface of your life. Don't play down things that seem small for my people. The most important turns in their stories often began with something quiet. Somewhere in a cave, a prophet heard a still small voice. A bush that was on fire at the edge of a shepherd's field. A message from an angel to a young woman living in a normal town and normal house. Sometimes the small and quiet places where I work are the most important parts of the story. You're getting better is one of those things. Not just the healing of your body, though I do pay attention to that too. I'm talking about the deep healing, how you see yourself getting better. The healing of wounds caused by being turned down. The wounds that people who should have been safe cut into you getting better. I can see those places. That's exactly where my hand is going tonight. Kindly pressing, taking care to restore, putting together what was broken. It takes time for me to heal. I do everything. I don't want you to be almost whole. I want you to be whole in every way. And the work I'm doing tonight is the first step toward finishing. Some of it will happen right now. Some of it will happen over the course of days and weeks after you realize the old pain is no longer there. Once upon a time, a name or memory would hurt you, but now it doesn't. As you start to feel lighter every day, something you haven't felt in a long time. That is how my hand heals. It comes with spring. It doesn't show up for you. One morning you go outside and see that the frost is gone. The ground is soft and plants are starting to grow in peace. Very much in every way. I'm also making your view of the future better. There are things that worry you about what's coming next. Worries about getting food, worries about being safe, fears about the people you care about. I know the names of all of those fears. Tonight I'm going to talk to them directly. Not to get rid of them, but to replace them with the deep confidence that comes from knowing who I am and keeping my word. I didn't bring you this far just to leave you at the door to your breakthrough. I don't put seasons of work into a life and then stop at the last minute. I'm not like that. What I start, I finish. I always do what I say I'll do. And the things I promised you about your life are good. You have been able to imagine less than it is. Also, the imagination I gave you was made to hold big things. Let it be open tonight. Allow the small expectations that fear has kept you in to start growing. Believe again that the best is still ahead of you. The best is yet to come. The waiting and hard times you went through were not the worst parts of your story. They were the valley that made it possible for what was to come. You are now going up. The ground is rising, but you might not be able to feel it yet. And the view from where I'm taking you will be worth every step. The peace you're starting to feel right now won't go away. It's the beginning of something. A peace that doesn't depend on things staying the same because I'm teaching you to trust me instead of what you can see and control. When I said I would give you peace, I meant the kind that is beyond our ability to understand and keeps your heart still when everything else is moving. Right now that peace is setting in, allow it to come in, allow it to go deep, allow it to grow. Your identity is being restored at the same time that your situation is. They always move together. I don't just fix the outside and leave the inside alone. I start with what's most important. And deep down inside you is a spirit that was made in my image and was made for a purpose, or purpose that includes love, service, joy, and plenty. People have tried to break that spirit, but it has never been broken. As of tonight, it is becoming everything it was always meant to be. It's more than a miracle that they brought food. This is a miracle of how things are. You are going through something tonight that other people need. This miracle was never just for you, so I want to talk about them. Nothing I do in this life stays in this life. That is how my love works. It can't be stopped. It always goes over. I see the people you love and pray for every day. I know what their names are. I know how hard it is for them. You worry about their futures and health. And I understand that you've shown them to me a lot of times. You asked me to keep them safe, take care of them, and lead them. These prayers have been heard, all of them. And the things I'm letting into your life tonight are also things they need. I don't just answer prayers by myself. Whenever I speak up for you, I speak up for everyone who shares your faith. Your prayers have been building something that you can't see. For you and the people you care about in their lives too. What you have been planting through prayer will bear fruit. There will be a way to fix relationships that seem broken beyond repair. People's needs will be met in ways no one thought possible. Prayers for those who have been in the dark will come true at their own pace. And in their own way. I am the father of the prodigal son's God. I was the one who kept an eye on the road and ran when I saw the dark figure coming back into view. That's how much I love the people you pray for. I can already see them coming back. I'm already getting ready for the welcome. Your faith has been the prayer that kept the road open. I will keep my promise. Now, I want to talk about the relationships that have caused you pain in the past. When someone betrays you, it hurts in a special way. When it comes from someone you let in and trusted, the hurt is worse than usual. I know that some of those wounds are still with you. I know the names of the people who made them happen. Also, I'm not telling you to act like the pain didn't happen. There is no need for you to act like what happened was okay. Nevertheless, I need you to give it to me because I can use what they meant to hurt to help. That promise is real. I showed it through the story of Joseph, a man whose brothers threw him into a pit, sold him to strangers, and put him in jail without a trial. Years of being wronged and waiting in a dark place, that wasn't his fault. Unfortunately, the mean things other people did not change a word I had said about his life. All the promises were kept at the right time. He was able to tell the brothers who had hurt him, "You meant this for evil, but God meant it for good." That is the testimony. I am writing over your life. Things that were meant to hurt, you did not work. What was meant to be the end of your story turned into a part of the plot that leads to the most powerful part. The person who wants to destroy your soul thought he was writing the ending. He was just setting the scene for me to step in. Let go of the weight of what happened. Not because it wasn't important, but because carrying it costs you something. You need to get where you're going tonight. The strength that has been stuck in old wounds is being set free. And that newfound strength will be used to build the future I've planned. For what's coming, you need all of it, and what's coming next is worth everything. It's time to move forward into what I have planned for you. Say this out loud. Here's something I want to say about the people you will meet this season. Not all of them will look the way you thought they would. Some of the best things that will happen in your life will surprise you. They will show up without the credentials you thought you were looking for, and not follow the directions you were looking at. Pay close attention. Keep your door open. Don't throw out what I send just because it doesn't look like what you had in mind. My provision often comes in the form of something I didn't expect. Also, some people will have reached the end of their time in your life because of the changes going on around you. Some separations will feel clear and right, and your spirit will tell you that they are important. Don't fight them. Not every person who has been with you in the desert is meant to be with you in the promised land. Some were friends for a while. Respect that time of year. Let them go in peace. Trust that what I bring in to replace what's leaving will be better than what was there before. Your circle is getting bigger, not smaller. What looks like a narrowing is actually getting deeper. The relationships that stay and the ones that come will have more meaning, loyalty, and love than the ones that were there before. Where quantity is going down, quality is going up. And in that rising, you will find the connection and a sense of belonging that you have been looking for. This is restoration on every level. Not just fixing things on the outside, the inside and the outside, the private and the public, the emotional and the practical parts of your life. I am an all-around God. I take care of everything. No part of you has been forgotten. I'm taking into account every part of your life. When I do this, I would give beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, and the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness. That's what the prophet Isaiah said. That's not poetry just for the sake of poetry. That is a very good description of the deal I make. After a fire has gone through, what's left are ashes. The proof of what was lost is in them. I'll take that too. Even proof of the worst things that happened, and I trade it for beauty. That is the thing that should remind you of your pain becomes the basis of your story. Even the ashes don't go to waste. My dear child, you and I have been on a long journey together. I've seen all of your different sides. The one who had a lot of hope and the one who nearly lost it. The person who ran toward me and the person who was too tired to move. I know everything about you and have never pulled back. I have never thought you were too broken or lost for me to love or find. That's always been true and always will be. No matter how good you are, this new season is not a reward. It's a gift from a loving Father who sees both the person you are now and the person you are becoming. I see the whole of you in every time. I can see the courage that you are still building. After seeing what you've been through, I can see that your compassion is growing. I can see the wisdom being taught to you like a river slowly and carefully cutting a path through stone. You're not done yet. You are about to be finished. And the work that is being done is beautiful. I want you to know something about the blessing that is on you right now. Anointing is not something you get by meeting certain requirements. This is the value I put on the life. I have chosen to bring my goals into the world. It wasn't in the palace, but in the middle of the desert at the burning bush. There was a smell of sheep on a hillside where David was anointed before anyone knew his name. Gideon got his call while he was hiding in a wine press, scared and out of sight. Before I anoint you, I don't wait for you to be a polished shirt-off person. I bless you right where you are, and it is the anointing that changes things. You have been given the power to bring something with you. Everywhere you go, there will be a peace, stillness, and strength that other people will feel but not be able to describe. When you walk into a room, it will change. Not because of who you were as a person, but because of who I am in you. That's how my anointing works. It moves away from the ship. You can feel it on things. It hears what you say without you having to work for it. It's already there. It will last forever. It is already doing its job. There will be people who stand where you used to stand in the days to come. They will carry the same weight and ask the same questions that you did. You will be able to look them in the eye and say, "It's true because you have been there yourself." That there is no more silence, that the wait is over. That the God who makes promises is also the one who keeps them. The proof someone else needs to hold on for one more day will be your words. And I gave you that responsibility on purpose. Tell others what I've done for you. Not to show off, but because water that is alive is meant to flow from what you have received. Every word of hope you speak will have the power of heaven behind it. It won't be just words. It will be true because experience will prove it. And the most powerful thing you can give another soul is truth that you know from experience. This light that has come into your life will not go away when morning comes. This feeling doesn't change based on what's going on in your life. It is a settled fact, a covenant reality, and a promise that is written into my very being. You are seen. People know who you are. We love you no matter what. You have a grace that you didn't earn and can't lose. You are about to enter a time when that truth becomes clear to everyone, not just you. Don't go back to how you used to see yourself. Do not measure yourself by the things that were true for you in the past. You are no longer that person. The person walking forward has a different load on their back. Bears the mark of what I've done, holds the peace that lasts. Holds the weight of someone who has been through the fire and come out on the other side. You're not the same now. Act like it, talk like it, expect to like it. The road ahead is not going to be easy. I'm not going to tell you that every day from now on will be easy. I will tell you this for sure, though, you won't be walking any of it by yourself. I will be ahead of you on the road, getting ready for what you haven't seen yet. I will follow you behind and watch over what you have already gone through. I will be there for you when things seem impossible. And I will be inside you giving you strength that is stronger than what you could make on your own. It's all around you. You have someone with you. You were never alone. Not even for a second. Be sure that what was said sinks deep into you. Instead of a thought, let it be the ground you stand on. It's good to hear the truth. Being inhabited by truth is transformation. I'm not going to give you a short-term lift. I am making something strong in you. And no storm can destroy what I build. Take a break now and what's yours? It's not going to happen. It has arrived. The blessing is not coming. It's right here with this breath and this moment. In the quiet confidence that has been growing in you as these words have reached your spirit. Now is the time to turn. Now is your hour. You've been getting it from me. Go now, my beloved, and bring the light that touched you tonight into every part of your life. Tell people who need it. Do it in front of people who can see you. You will remember this night as the night when everything changed. When you look back from where I'm taking you, say amen and take it in. The things I spoke over your life today have already come true. You are about to enter your divine future. But remember, this breakthrough is not for you alone. Your testimony is the bridge someone else will use to reach their own miracle. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community does not go to a channel, your actions are supporting a divine mission too. Archangel Michael is inviting you to visit community through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Save lost souls. By joining our like-minded community, you are no longer praying in isolation. You are adding your voice to a global sanctuary where we discuss the word daily and stand in the gap for one another. This is not poetry when Jesus says give and heaven will open over you on this platform. Every seed you plant turns into oil for your destiny, fire for your calling, and a hedge of safety for your family. Now is your time. Step into our community prayer wall. Share your heart. And as you give, watch God multiply what you let go of. Let's finish this journey together. Visit our community now. Join the family and see your heavens open. We only get help from viewers. Scan the QR code or look at the pinned comment to get content that is only available to members. Have a great day. Before we get to the end of this powerful story, let's reflect on this deep truth. You did not find this message by accident. You are being invited into a protected, faith-filled community at the link in the description and pinned comment a place where divine abundance is not just a hope. This is a divine appointment meant specifically for you, but a promise built on the Word. By heading to the site right now, you are unlocking access to a sacred community of like-minded believers. When you join our membership tiers, you gain immediate entry to powerful content, daily devotions, and divine insights that are hidden from the world. This is your chance to enter a sanctuary where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support on our prayer wall, and speedy progress toward your destiny. Do not let this moment of destiny pass you by. Your breakthrough is waiting. Join our inner circle through the exclusive link in the description. This is how you guarantee you never miss the personalized messages and spiritual warfare tools meant to elevate your life. If you feel called to deepen your connection, the link is waiting for you in both the pinned comment and the description. For those who want to amplify this work and carry the light home, you can find our guided ebooks and Bibles in the pinned comment. Whether you join as a member or sow a seed through our resources, your presence and energy change the world. Take the step. Your abundance awaits.